on his noble bloodline and inherit his lands and titles. She didn't find it funny. Tom called me later asking why I couldn't just be happy for them. I didn't see much of Tammy after that. Tom handled most of the pickups through December. I figured maybe she was having a rough pregnancy or finally got the hint that we weren't going to be besties. Then today happened. Tom pulled up for pickup with Tammy in the passenger seat. As they both got out and walked toward me, I noticed immediately that Tammy wasn't showing anymore. She looked like she'd been crying for days. They reached me and Tammy's eyes filled with tears. She said quietly, "We lost the baby." There was this heavy silence and they both just stood there looking at me, clearly expecting some kind of reaction. I didn't say anything to Tammy. I just turned to Tom and said, "Our second daughter has a birthday party tomorrow at 3 p.m. and the oldest has gymnastics at 5 p.m. Don't be late." Tammy completely lost it. She started screaming at me right there in the driveway, calling me a heartless B-word and saying I was a terrible person. Tom jumped in saying I could at least show a little humanity toward Tammy, and that regardless of my personal feelings, she is my kid's stepmother and deserves basic respect. I looked directly at Tom and said, "I don't care about what you're going through. Outside of our kids, I don't care about either of you, and I don't owe Tammy anything. Not my sympathy, not my friendship, nothing." Tom called me an a-hole along with several other choice words, grabbed the kids, and left. Tammy was still crying in the passenger seat as they drove away. Normally, this kind of thing wouldn't even faze me, but later that night, my ex-in-laws called. I actually have a really good relationship with them. They were furious at Tom for what he did and have always supported me, but even they said I should have shown Tammy some empathy and at the very least pretended to care for the sake of the kids. That made me second-guess myself. Like, am I actually the a-hole here? Should I have offered condolences? But then I remembered her standing in my living room while my baby cried, joking about stealing my husband. I remembered her showing up to my house uninvited, trying to dictate how our relationship would work. I remembered every boundary she crossed while acting like we were going to be best friends. The woman who made that comment while I was pregnant doesn't get my sympathy now.